How's it going, guys? It's Thomas on Planet Tech. Welcome back to another stream. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we are building the AT-AT Driver helmet. This is probably one of my favorite helmets. Maybe it's still aside from that TIE pilot. I do think, sorry, the TIE Fighter pilot. That is quite a nice build. However, this one does look good. Similar shaping to the TIE Fighter. I think the TIE Fighter pilot does definitely benefit from being all black. It covers any gaps a lot better than sometimes something that's predominantly grey. But nonetheless, this looks really good. There'll be a ton of pieces that weren't available when the TIE pilot was designed. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting build. I'm looking forward to building it. Hey Gaz and hey Simon, how you guys doing? Lurking on the train home, no worries. Let's get this build open. How are you guys all doing? How are we feeling after what was the greatest Star Wars show to ever exist, that will ever exist in Andor, a week on? It's quite sad that it's all over, but still amazing. Glad that it happened. Six bags. Exhausted, but that's not from Andor. Fair. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bash. Bosh. Okay. Hey Sam, how you doing? You haven't seen Young Jedi Adventures yet. You can't say that. Tim's still traumatized. Oh, Tim. Appreciate you being here, Tim. I know City play Bournemouth in just a little bit. I'm sure you're so happy to go and watch that, and I don't blame you. Right, I'm still waiting for the digital instructions to load. I thought they would have been all good by now, but yeah, traumatized is definitely appropriate. I feel like for Andor. I nearly did put Young Jedi Adventures on the other day, Sam, but I wasn't quite in a I really need to sit down and concentrate kind of mood for it, which I feel like for that show with that level of complexity, it's much needed. If I refresh this, this is just gonna start again and be really annoying. Yeah, just popped in to say hello before I start shouting at the TV. Fair play. I've got Evan Nilsson in my fantasy team, but I also do have Guardiola, De Bruyne, and and Marmoush. So, I'm I don't know quite where I lie with my allegiances tonight. So if Evan Nilsson can bag a hat trick, we're laughing. We're laughing. Nubs mech, please, Sam. Yeah, Sam, come on, get on it. Right, the instructions are nearly done. I also want to show Just Cassian in K2. That ISB battle where he used that agent as a human shield was pretty awesome. It's so savage, right? Like, that really made me feel uncomfortable. The way he's just like, oh, yeah, every time it got blast support, he's just like, oh, man, it's really made me feel quite uneasy. There is no way you're still focusing on fantasy. You never know, Sam. You never know. Stranger things have happened. It's not over till the fat lady sings. Yeah, there's nuances that needs multiple rewatches to truly understand. For sure. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. That's why I just want to give it the respect that it deserves. Right, let's start building this set with one of these manual instructions. Treated myself to a few ISB tactical agents off of eBay. Ooh, nice. Nice. I would like to do the same. Tim, do you mind me asking how much you paid for them? Are they pricey? Honestly, for new figures, eBay just seems like the best place to go. Their prices are nearly always, in my experience, better than Bricklink. Hey Rosie. Yeah, I find that eBay is a better source for new figures. Going to drop in now as I leave London. Leave London. No worries, Simon. Oh, hallelujah! I was just gonna say the fan keeps closing the pages. Also need to set up my my groovy ergonomic microphone. Ergonomic microphone. What the heck? Mouse. 16 each, including postage. Not terrible. Not terrible. Still quite pricey. So I think I'll hold out for a bit longer. But fair play. Still talk about fancy that's so last year. Yeah, I really ballsed it up on the last week, but it's alright. I'll come back strong next season. It's all good. Also, you want Guardiola to not play so you can get Cucurella. Dude, I know. 15 points sat on my bench. Unbelievable. Playing Man United, of course he was going to score. Dear me. Anyway, enough of the football chat. That'll get depressing. Let's keep it focused on Andor, because there is still so much to unpack. How many times has everyone managed to get through it? I think I'm on like my 5th rewatch. I think I've done 5 rewatches of it already. No, I watched it 4 rewatches, 5 watches in total. Jesus Christ. I don't watch anything else, Sam. I've told you this so many times. If it's not Star Wars, I do not watch it. However, I'm very, very briefly just going back onto the football. I have started watching Welcome to Wrexham. I watched like the first series, but then after that, I thought I watched the second series, but I definitely hadn't. So I've been watching that the last few days, but. Currently only one on Bricklink at $12.75 plus postage profit. Yeah, that's honestly really cheap. I'm surprised that someone's put it on that cheap on Bricklink, especially being the only one in the UK. I'm assuming. I've only watched it once. Mine has been elsewhere. Oh yeah, Sam's been on the Eurovision hype. I'm glad you had the BritBod stream to chat and discuss all things Eurovision, Sam. But that sort of chat will not be tolerated here, I'm afraid. I'm currently in an Ahsoka phase right now. Can't wait for season 2. That's easy. Yeah, I wanna do a Ahsoka rewatch soon. Yeah, it needs to be done. You mean I didn't watch it? I did not watch it, no. I watched it twice, so we're going to watch it a third time with Tommy later this week. Nice. Bets on them appearing in the Star Wars magazine. Oh god, I hope so. Honestly, I hope so. Now I tell you what, Galactic Marines have to come in that magazine, and when they do, you bet we're getting back in the bathtub. In fact, no, we're gonna get a swimming pool full of them. We are getting a swimming pool. Well, welcome to the stream, KO. How are you doing? Have you caught up with Andor yet? Froghopper, hello, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. It is a W looking set, I have to say. Obviously not built it yet, but just from the images, it does look like a very good set. So it's gonna make a fine addition to my collection. And then I've just got the it will just be the Kylo Ren helmet to build, and I will have all the helmets built. So whether I build that next week or not, I'm not quite sure. I've still got the Kylo Ren shuttle. I've still got the Kylo Ren helmet. But I also have some rebrickable. Well, I haven't actually ordered them yet, but I've got the wanted list ready to do to order, because there's some rebrickable builds that I would like to very much like to build, and some modifications. So I'm going to do those on these streams in the coming weeks. So if you haven't subscribed, then make sure you are, and while you're down there, if you could like the stream, give it a thumbs up, very much appreciated. Rogue Promise will be okay. Paddling pool. What are the inflatable pools? I can see the thumbnail now. I'll get my Ribena glass of wine out again. In fact, no, it'll be champagne this time. It'll be a champagne flute. So much to unpack. That final shot echoed Cassian's final shot in Rogue One. Dude, I know. Oh, there's just so... it's just so good. Like, every single tiny, minute detail was so thought out. Yeah, it's truly just incredible. Truly incredible piece of content. Also bought Skeleton Crew poster with the goal of getting the 6 autographs of the main cast on it over the next few years. Will be a fun mini project and will give me a reason to go to more Comic Cons. Very nice. Jude Law could be tricky. That could be the tricky one. Not sure how many Comic Cons he attends, especially in the UK. But my brother's done that with a lot of... my brother used to go to a ton of Comic Cons. And he has fairly recently just completed an anime one. And he has he travelled about the globe to get some of those. He went to Canada for some, America. Yeah, he travelled far and wide to get some of those autographs. Because I think they were like, obviously, voice actors that were Japanese, I want to say, and yeah, they would, if they left Japan, it would be to go to like America. So Yeah, very rarely did they ever come into the UK. Saw Ahsoka again the other week. It's a good watch. Yeah, I'm looking forward to binging that one actually. Yeah, once I watched Welcome to Wrexham, let Andor live rent free in my mind for a bit longer. So once I watched that, I'll get back onto what I truly know and love. Nick Frost, I think, Nick Frost should be pretty easy. I feel like he would be one that just goes to a lot of conventions in the UK. But yeah, you could if we get Galactic Marines in that in the foil pack. I've got such high hopes as well. I think they've done pretty much every army buildable figure that they've released in the last like 2 to 3 years in those magazines. So it's looking highly likely. I did say I caught up with Andor on your 15th of May stream. Oh, did you? Oh, okay. I must have missed it. Oh, sorry, Kay. I do apologize. That's my poor memory. Many apologies. Yeah, Jude Law will easily be the hardest one. He didn't even get to Star Wars Celebration this year. Did any of the kids go over there to Japan? Yeah, you're gonna hope that Jude Law features in another franchise, like another nerd culture franchise, because I don't think he's gonna be showing up, or like he just becomes massively out of favor and is desperate for cash. Because I can't see him in a sequel to anything Star Wars anytime soon. Poor Lonnie, just when he thought he'd be going to Yavin with his wife and kids, he gets a blaster to the heart and is left on a park bench as a lockout saying, "Dude, I know. I really was hoping that he was gonna be one to make it out, but yeah, Luthen was like, nah, bro, your time's up." And it was a shame because like I think he would have been someone that would have actually been really useful, because the way he didn't tell Luthen that he had access to Dedra's files for a year, because he knew that he would use them, and then managed to find out the death. It's just yeah, it's just really, he would have made a good tactician or someone in the Rebel Alliance. I'm gonna sneeze, hang on. All better, I think. I'm taking hay fever tablets, so I don't know why I'm quite so sneezy and snotty. No, he did appear at AtCon recently for one day this year in the US for the first time since Star Wars Celebration 2023. But some queue for 9 hours all day apparently and didn't finish the queue before the end. Yeah, that is the chance you take. My brother came to Celebration in 2016 to try get a Mark Hamill signature, and yeah, he like just missed out by like a few people. He was, yeah. Yeah, he was very, very unfortunate. The kids have done some cons, including ones in the UK. Okay, that's alright then. I love Luthen versus Dedra. So much was said between the lines. Are there any forgeries? Only 2 pieces of questionable provenance in the gallery. Any guesses? What a line. So good, right? So good. Such good writing. And they just both had their ego, or basically Dedra's ego, and wanted to be all over the top, caused their demise. Too good, man. Too good. Okay, we're definitely missing a few technic. Oh no, never mind. I thought, uh-oh. 2 technic pins. It's all gonna fall apart. Better to Bricks, hello there, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We have just built bag 1 of the AT-AT driver helmet. I was hoping that Luthen's ship had more screen time in season 2, but no. Yeah, that was a bit of a shame. I think we can kiss goodbye to the idea of ever having that as a Lego set, which is a shame. Especially with its capabilities that were mapped out, or like that we saw in season 1. With the whole like laser stuff, that was pretty cool. Yeah, there's again a really good rebrickable mock of. In fact, there's a few, but there's a good rebrickable of a 2019 Falcon rebuild, and also a good fixed scale one. Was anyone else really angry that there were ISB on Luthen's ship? When they were on board, it was like, get off that ship now, yeah. Wait, oh, was that... Wait, when did we see that? Was that when they, like, infiltrated the shop? Just that, I did find it quite funny when that, when the woman came in to kind of, like, trying to salvage the radio system. She was there just like in awe of like how intelligent their whole setup was. The guys there like, not now, it's not the time. Yeah, when they took over his shop. Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, got it. See, that's something I clearly missed, so I'll have to rewatch it now. Guys, end of stream, I need to see that. But yeah, it would have been nice if, I'm assuming they live, like, do they just, do Claire and Luthen just like live there? Because they came from the ship when they first are like gearing up to go meet Lani. So I'm assuming they both just live on the ship that's parked outside or out the back of the shop. Watch it again. We'll test you next week. The Claire appreciation stream. Honestly, that I think she's my favorite character in Andor. I think she's absolutely brilliant. She's so good. Fuming that Claire didn't turn out being Leia, dude. Some of the crap, honestly, that I read online of like predictions before the final episodes, or like just people's opinions on things. No opinion is a bad opinion, but that's a lie. No opinion is a wrong opinion. She has to get minifigured. Dude, I hope so. I hope so. I thought Cinta was your favourite. Cinta's great, but Claire is... I think Claire's the one for me. Yeah, I think Claire's the one. That woman had no acting credits before Andor. I also... Apparently they cast two other people to play Claire. But they dropped out like quite late on. So what a blessing in disguise that was. Because she absolutely nailed that role. Cinta is great, but yeah, Claire just... Ugh. But yeah, me too, Sam. Yeah, so like everyone thinking that Leia was going to be Claire just is I think is an absolute insult to Tony Gilroy. Everyone thinking that Claire was going to be Andor's sister. Like, do you not think that she might have had a Spanish accent if they were going to be siblings? Outrageous. They have living quarters. Maybe they have living quarters upstairs. It's just like they were preparing themselves, and then they prepared themselves like on the ship, and then they went into the shop. So it would also kind of make sense that they would live on the Fondor. Like if I'm sure they would have like CCTV from the ship. So if they ever got like raided and they needed to make a hasty getaway, they could be gone. They could be gone quick. Maybe do Who Wants to Be a Star Wars Fan, which is a spin-off of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Oh dear. I think this channel's seen enough of Rosie's dodgy quizzes, KO. They're officially banned from now on. Stewbot, hello. Want to cosplay as Claire? Those scrubs rocked. She was just so good. She is badass. She was vulnerable. Like, fantastic. And the fact that she didn't die as well, so we might see her in the future. They really need to do something with that character. I hope she is... honestly hope she could still be alive come like the sequel era or like New Republic, like, because she's not like a warrior. Like she's like, she could handle blaster, but she clearly wasn't gonna go out on many missions for the rebellion, I don't think. So it could make sense that she'd still be alive come the New Republic. Although I'm sure the actress won't pick up the script for one of those and be like, yeah, no, maybe not. I'm just missing steps left, right, and centre. Team player here, absolutely, Stu, absolutely. Team player all the way. Oh, the fact that she's stuck with the guy that's responsible for killing her family, but she's not really got a choice but to leave. Yeah, she's got no choice but to stay with him, sorry. It's also heartbreaking. It's also tragic. Just because you're crap at them. No, because the questions very rarely actually test your Star Wars knowledge. They test they test guesswork. And they're like, there wasn't that many questions. Like, if you don't have a definitive answer, it's not a very good quiz. If all your answers are, if basically all of your answers to your questions are numbers, it's not a very good knowledge test of a of something. Is the conclusion that I've come to. I have a soft spot for Dedra. A soft spot is putting it very, very calmly. Oh wait, hang on. That scene in the gallery where Mon and Krennic were head to head was so tense. Claire was pretty brilliant in that too. Yeah. Just absolute boss. Love that. I have a soft spot for Dedra as I think she nailed the role, but that's also true of Partygaz and Krennic. I think the most interesting character though was Luthen during watching it all. I'm not sure. As great a character I think Luthen is, I don't know if he was that interesting. Like, he was definitely more interesting when there was a lot more mystery there. Like, his backstory makes a bunch of sense, but it's not an uncommon or like particularly unique backstory, and I think it only really worked because of the dynamic that was then created between him and Claire. Luthen is a great character. I just don't. Yeah, I'm not like. Yeah, maybe it is because maybe I'd probably have agreed with that before we got his backstory. Maybe, I don't know. What's General Hux's kill count? Bonus point if you're within 10 billion. Am I right? Yeah. Like, what sort of question is that? Within 10 billion. What are we doing? So two things I've noticed when restarting season 1. Series starts with Andor walking, same as the series ends, less confidence and swagger. Yeah, there's just so many like little things like that that you'll just never pick up. Like, I think people will still be noticing things in like years to come with just like how finite some of the detail, like the attention to detail on that show is just remarkably ridiculous. Something that, yeah, I just never thought was going to be present in a Star Wars show. I can make a question for you, Rose, if you want. Give us your question, KO. And well, your question will be a sample on if I think I can line you up to write a quiz. Just read a theory that Val and Claire could be amongst the spies who died finding out about Death Star 2. Interesting. But they're not Bothans. Unless that's not a species and is a group of people. But I like that theory, actually. I like that theory a lot. Specifically for Claire, because she definitely is like, she's definitely a spy. Like, super intelligent, super important person. I imagine she ended up becoming to the rebellion. I don't think Mon Mothma would have not let her be utilized. Even though she comes from, even though like she's well, like her and Luthen weren't appreciated within the Alliance for the most part. Those two senators as well. Ugh. The second I saw them, I was like, oh god, not these idiots. And when Cassian went in on them for it, I was like, love that. Fantastic. Basically show up to the party and then yeah, who do they think they are? Tearing down the good name of our boy Luthen. I think the spot was very hard and we all know what spot that was. I think it's... Wait, what do you mean, Sam? Dedra Sneer could win an Emmy alone. Amazing nostrilography. Yeah, I'm interested to see... When are the Emmys, by the way? Because I know that like there was a lot of talk that part of the reason why we got this episode release schedule was because all episodes had to be out by the end of May for the Emmys. I don't know how true that was, but like, when are the Emmys? Because surely it has to clear up. Like, surely. I really appreciate that Genevieve O'Reilly has played Mom since Revenge of the Sith. She clearly knows what makes her tick by now. Yeah. And I think we said this in another stream, maybe we said it last week on a members stream, but they got so lucky with her. Like, they cast her when she was really young. I watched an interview of her the other day, and it was basically her. She was on a radio station, and she was saying, "I'm pretty sure that I was the only I was the only like pale person in Australia that marked like a slight resemblance to the original character that played Mon Mothma, or to the original actress that played Mon Mothma, and that's why she got the role, and that's developed into, yeah, she's played her what now? So Revenge of the Sith, Rogue One, Andor, Ahsoka. She's been in The Mandalorian yet, has she? Yeah, and it's probably still gonna have a pretty significant part, I'd imagine, in the sequels. I guess she was in, yeah, she was in the sequels, right? After the increasing catalogue of various disasters from the ISB, do you reckon they were disbanded by the time of Return of the Jedi? Interesting. I don't know. Because, like, what's their other alternative? Because their general, like... Because they have another, like, intelligence network, but, I don't think it was anywhere near as, like, sophisticated and... advanced? I don't know. Trusted, I guess? It was definitely more of, like, a lower down level, and the ISB was, like, yeah. So... it would seem like a hard branch of things to close down despite all of its problems, but it's very possible. It's the irony of Bale saying the Death Star isn't that big of a deal when that's what kills him. Yeah, just like simple little one-liner bits like that. Or like when the Gorman senator's being taken away and he's like, "It's Gorman today. It'll be your homes next," and then it pans to Bale, and it's like, oh, yeah. And I said this again, I think on a member stream. The way that they, oh, she did voice Mon Mothma in Rebels 2, yeah. The way that they utilized or navigate us knowing so much about the end result, or like where a lot of these characters end up and stuff, the fact that they managed to like use that to make the story even more compelling, and a lot of times like more heartbreaking. Like Bix running off isn't nearly as emotional or yeah, or as heavy if you don't know Cassian's fate. And there's a few different things like that throughout the series that it's like, oh yeah, and they really play on that, and it's really, really good. Again, just masterclass writing. September usually, okay. Yeah, she's Irish Australian. She moved. She was born in Ireland. She moved to Australia. Her family moved to Australia when she was quite young, and she was at acting school in Australia, and that's where a lot of episode 3 was filmed. The annoying thing is this all leads still to the sequels, where the Empire is as strong as ever and the Republic being reduced to a smaller resistance faction, which I'm hoping season 2 explains. But isn't that like one of the points that Tony Gilroy is making, that like it is all just a massive cycle, and it all kind of just comes back round again. Huh. Oh. There we go. There we Which fantastical Star Wars vehicle was mistaken for a military tank by the Libyan government during the production of A New Hope? Ah, Sandcrawler. Very good, Sam. That's a great fact as well. See, that's... Again, well... Again, it doesn't really test my knowledge of Star Wars. That was another... Like... And I'm not saying my knowledge on Star Wars is particularly great. But, like, they're not... It's not very, like, a lore testing question. Like... Asking me to guess the runtime of one of the films isn't testing my knowledge of Star Wars lore. Every tech is awesome. Matt, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Thanks for popping in and come and say hello. I have to ask, Matt, have you watched Andor? Have you enjoyed it? I think it's insane. We're discussing it now, so if you haven't, prepare for some spoilers. Vic's waiting with her baby for Cassian to return after Rebellion War. Yeah, exactly. Like things like that. It's like. Just saying, called it she was pregnant, by the way. Called it. End of the last stream. Go watch it back. I called it. Said she's gonna be pregnant. Ugh. Glorious. Gloriously heartbreaking. Oh, I've been seeing your post. No, I haven't. Acolyte broke me, dude. No, dude, no, Matt. If I remember rightly, you were a big fan of Andor Season 1, right? Please, please, please don't let Acolyte be the thing that stops you enjoying Andor. Please, please, please. I promise you, you will not regret watching it. It is truly fantastic. If you never watch a piece of Star Wars content after watching Andor, I would completely understand. Because nothing is going to top it. But yeah, do not, please do not let it put you off. Don't let Acolyte be the thing to put you off. Oh, I didn't get a spec in it, that's it. Huh. In that bag? Never mind. Let's get the back. So we think that Mogul Palpatine is to blame. Crikey, the Gormans have been put on the Barbie, mate. Oh dear. It's tough when the answers need to be numbers, dates to have a solid... When did I ever say that the answers need to be numbers? That was something that you inflicted on yourself. Why would the... Like... Hi TJ, how you doing? Like, what sort of nonsense is this? Like, what quiz? Unless you're on Countdown, in which case it's not really a quiz. Has to have numerical answers. Yeah, I love Andor Season 1. I've been really good things about Andor Season 2. Oh, I've seen really good things about Andor Season 2. Although Season's first 3 episodes take a while to get going. Dude, I don't even think so. I guess so. I guess so. But it does kind of make sense because it's still like the very early embers of the rebellion. So you do jump about a little bit, but no, it's honestly, give it a go. It is incredible. I will fly the Andor flag. Yeah, I've learnt my lesson when it comes to tech reviews. Are you going to have about Andor the way you used to Rebels? Honestly, it could be. I might praise Andor more. You know. Do I prefer Rebels or Andor? That is a great question. That is a great question. That's a really good question, and it's one that I'm not prepared to answer now because I'll forever have it held against me. But they are both very, very good. I will say that. Yeah, I can't answer that, Matt, right now. It's a loaded question. Here another one for only tech for the answer. Which 90s boy band was originally supposed to appear in Attack of the Clones? That's what I mean. That's not like. That's not Lord. Boyzone. Deary me. How's your little one and Paige? Yeah, they are both fantastic. Penelope is becoming quite the diva, I'll be honest. Don't know where she gets it from. Yeah, she's becoming rather sassy, but yeah, she's fantastic, mate. Thanks for asking. And yeah, Paige is very well too. I'm sure they'll be back soon, trying to kick me out of this room. I'm sure it won't be long. Where am I sending Duplo back up a fig to? Not here. Not in this house. Bluey, Duplo Bluey though. When that comes out, I'm on board for getting some of that. Oh. I am going to go grab another drink real quick. I'll be right back. And we are back. Backstreet Boys. Wrong. My sensible answer probably would have been NSYNC. I imagine they're the only band big enough to... boy band big enough for the Star Wars universe. It would have been so jarring though, so I'm glad that didn't happen. Bye, KO. Bluey, of course, it is Aussie. It is, and it's great. And I have to say, I do enjoy watching Bluey. That's fun. Penelope's she's into a bit of a classic at the moment. She's watching a lot of Postman Pat. And like the classic Postman, although the new one looks like episodes look pretty much like the original, which I really like. Some of them they've ruined, like New Bob the Builder. Nah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. To be a Lego designer on one of these helmet, or just anything 18 plus, I think that's like so incredibly intricate. Like, where's, like, just look at that, and like all the different random pieces in there. It's like, why, like, where do you even begin with that stuff? How long has someone like sat at a desk for working out the maths of this to get like all that done? Crazy to me. You guys know how long it takes me to not even finish a mock, let alone. Yeah, I'll make the joke before Sam can. With having numbers as answers, points can be distributed after each round, otherwise neither of you may know the answer, which may be a problem. But expanding the quiz outside of numbers would be fun. But like, why? You can just like both not get a point, and that's okay. Anyway, one of these days when I do Lego Mastermind, there'll be some decent questions. I did write a whole Harry Potter quiz, like Lego Harry Potter quiz for a video ages ago. I was gonna film it the first time I was in Chicago, but I was gonna get Lex, Lauren, Holly, and I think Claire, maybe, because she was quite into Harry Potter, Lego Harry Potter at the time. But yeah, that never happened. We should do an Andor season 1, season 2 quiz. Yeah, but your questions, because they have to be numbers, will be ridiculous. Like, how many torpedoes were on the egg? In fact, that's like not a terrible question if you were to force one through numbers. But like, or like, it'll be like, how many like, Auxley ports were in the were on Luthen's radio, or Claire's radio. And then I might just lose my mind. Now there would be any numbers. Cold hard facts. We'll see. We'll see. I need to watch it a few more times first. And there'll be like actual in-universe things. It's not going to be, what was the total runtime of all of the episodes? Or which episode is the longest running episode? Or which one has the highest IMDb rating? Okay, fantastic how that comes together. This feels really different to a lot of the other helmet builds. Don't know why. Maybe it's just because they're doing the front first. Often they start around the back. Depends on how many questions I have to do. Dear me. I actually don't know how. I've taught the big one, but I'm not actually sure how good my Star Wars lore knowledge or like extended lore knowledge would be. I hear a lot of like the big Star Wars channels, like Star Wars Explained talks. Was in his podcast. Was talking about like Star Wars Celebration and how there's always a Star Wars quiz, and they're reeling off like the most ridiculous stuff. It's like, yeah, just like they'd probably get all of Rosie's questions right. How many lights on the Death Star? Right, okay. How many drinks did Mon have in the first Darker Series 2? Come on, Star Wars facts. All I know is she had enough to have a really good time. Whatever was in those drinks. Get me some of that. Like, what's the weight of C-3PO? Exactly. The lunacy. These questions. Unbelievable. So where do we think Star Wars goes next? Like, what do you guys think with the like both critical and fan acclaim of Andor? What do you guys think could be or would be the next project that is like, or I guess just hypothetically, like what kind of project would you like to see that is clearly being greenlit because of like, or would be greenlit because of like how well Andor done? Does that make any sense whatsoever? Like, what would you like to see that's maybe like got a similar tone to Andor, or maybe just that's something like completely different, and takes a bit more of a risk, but you think has a lot higher chance to be released now than pre-Andor? I was thinking this the other day, and I'm not. I think I keep going back to just having like a really gritty, like bounty hunter, like underworld style show. But then I think part of that is going to be through, like, I think a lot of that now will be too similar to the Maul show potentially. But I think, yeah, just like bounty hunters and gangsters. Hey, Sai, how you doing, man? Good to see you, buddy. That's like Chopper's body count. Do you mean kill count? Is that also a term for body count? I would consider body count to be something else. But to be fair, Chopper's body count is probably pretty high too. My guy. Dear me. So like that assembly, like who's thinking of this stuff? I can barely see how it fits on the. No, upside down for a start. Nice one. Magical. Absolutely magical. You started your 2025 mark. I'm already a couple of thousand pieces into mine. Yeah, digitally. No, but I am this week going to. Dude, I haven't even finished this year's. Last year's Bricktastic mock. Let alone. I am just. I might. Do you know what? I might even just surprise you all with no mock at all. That wouldn't surprise anyone. I might not say a single word about my Bricktastic mock. That's not true. That's because I think I want it to come out in December. But what would you guys do if I just turned up with like the most insane Aldani like fig scale? Mock, blow your minds. I'd love to see an ISB show with Thrawn in it. Interesting, yeah. Yeah, I guess, yeah, just like more, yeah, like more ISB stuff I think could be interesting. I'm shocked that we didn't get any well, I guess maybe not so much shocked, but I'm sure it would have been quite easy for them to have done, or like to not mention the Ghost crew in, especially probably more like season 1 or 2, because of like how little the rebel insurgents seem to be. But the Ghost crew were kind of like, they were probably one of the bigger, or like causing quite a lot of problems for the Empire at that point. To not even know like who the ISB officer at the table, or like who had the Lothal sector in their as one of their territories. I was kind of surprised that we didn't see that. What is your mock for 2026? Rossi? And is it going to stand up? Is it going to shake every time I walk past it? No fat jokes. I'm working on it, okay. Been working on that as long as I've been working on the pod race mock. Oh, yikes. Anyway. Yeah, good to see you, Si. How you been, man? My birthday buddy. But no, for my Bricktastic mock, I think I will. Well, it really does depend on how it ends up, if it ends up. But if it does end up being the Force Awakens one, there's a high chance that it ends up just not being much of a mock that I would particularly want to display a Bricktastic, because the big draw of it is going to be the Epsilon or the Upsilon shuttle, the Kylo Ren shuttle, which isn't my design. And like most of the ground and the terrain and stuff is just sand anyway. So I'm like, well, do I really want to put that? I missed a 1x3 plate. Oh, I see where it is. That's good. Yeah, inside of there. Is that right? That's right. There we go. 2 spare pieces. Right, this is sections. Oh, that's right. So that seems to be the shaping on that side. Oh dear. Oops. Oh no. Hang on, let me. That goes on there. That doesn't close up as much as this side does. Why is that? It's symmetrical, but like, can you guys see? That side closes up really well. That side not so much. Peculiar. Oh, is that why? That's why. Whatever I just did, that'll be it. How are you, the fam? Yeah, all good, thanks, buddy. All good. Doing a big UCS Onyx Cinder, framing it to be roughly 8 centimeters long, so it should be a beefy boy. Also going to brick build a skeleton crew sign as well. To go next to it, inspired by the Star Wars sign. Very nice. You'll be in stiff competition because I think there's going to be another UCS style Onyx Cinder at the show. But good stuff. I've not seen anyone do it as a large mock. Oops. Yeah, check out Dubsy Bricks. I've not seen anyone do it as a large mock, but it's quite challenging doing the shape, but enjoying it so far. Though I've used over 450 Technic pins so far, and I'm allergic to Technic, so that bit's providing a bit of a headache, yeah, I'm sure. Anything good on Pab at Leicester Square, or should I not bother going? I mean, it's definitely had the Pab up, like, refresh. I was meant to be going to London on Sunday, but I don't think I am now. So therefore I won't go to Legacy. Although I don't need to go to Legacy. I still am in a May 4th hangover of stuff, of spending. So going to Legacy to the Pab War is probably not a sensible idea right now. But I think Pab Crawler has done a fairly recent fairly recent update on Leicester Square. So maybe check that out. See if there's anything that you don't have yet, Simon. Did you not meet Dubsy at Bricktastic, Rosie? Yeah, he's doing a big UCS Onyx cylinder. His is humongous as well, by the way. Like, ridiculous. His Tantive is ridiculous. I think his Tantive is borderline pushing fig scale. It's stupidly big. Yeah, it's going to be way bigger than mine, yeah. Are you doing the, like the one that traditionally, like, same based off the set? That's probably minifig scale, I imagine. Yes, yeah. It'd be pretty close to it, I imagine. Yeah, you're gonna do, like, not like skinned from its original shell. Connor Williams, hello. I really want a Mon Mothma minifigure because we've never had one before. Not strictly true. We have had one, but it is terrible. So I completely agree. I think we need a updated Mon Mothma one. I would have thought we'll get one either for the Mando movie or possibly more likely the for Ahsoka season 2. Yeah, the whole will be intact. Nice. We need more sets from Andor. I agree. They should sell like crazy after the critical success of the show. Yes, I do currently wonder though if, or like what Lego's stance will be on doing Andor stuff because of how dark the show is. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. There's definitely scope for a bunch of sets that they could do though. So I hope they don't let us down. When have Lego ever let us down? I might do to scale X-Wings following it behind, maybe to replicate the chase, but I don't know. The engines will move though, so there's that. That's cool. Are you going to have it so like you can pull panels away for an interior? Or is it just going to be the exterior? Also, did you get the Firestar custom? Of the droid whose name I now can't remember. I want a Mon figure in a dance hall with working lights and sounds. Yes. Would that be the first sound brick in Star Wars, in a Star Wars set? It's just that Nemo's remix. That'd be sick. I've also bought a black tablecloth with white dotted stars as well, so it should present a nice backdrop to the model if I put it on a nice stand. Is this so you can just hide and not speak to anyone at the convention? Have I just built 2 of those? No, I haven't. Okay. Yeah, is that so you can hide and just not speak to anyone? Probably just the exterior, as inside is just a technique monstrosity so far. Fair enough. You got to do a cockpit though, right? Because that's like off to the side. Well, no, it's just a tablecloth, so I just replaced the black one. Oh, right. I thought you meant like holding it up behind, rather than just laying it down on the ground. Got it. I can't believe you bought that already. It's like a year out. You gotta have at least the cockpit with the characters all in. Yeah, I have this the 5-star SM33, but they sent me 2 right arms, which they're sending me a replacement out for. Nice. 2 right, interesting. Wait, did you have to assemble the arms yourself? Was that also a limited figure, or was that like limited to amount of numbers, or are they like continuously stocking that? Because I didn't get it, and I was kind of hoping that there was going to be a better one that appeared on the market, but as yet there hasn't been. So I'm kind of like, I guess I'll wait until I would want to put it in a mock or something. But those tablecloths at Britastic were pretty nasty this year, to be fair. Is it? Yeah, that's true. I want SM33 like Hu Yang. I like the Hu Yang. Agreed. Let's get that Hu Yang figure. I need to get all the Ahsoka figures again, I think. But it's just deciding on whether to open some of the sets that I've bought to get the figs out of, or to try and get the figs for a decent price. It's still available. Okay. The torso just had 2 right arms and not the left one. I only noticed recently, but yeah, maybe the cockpit. Yeah, at least be all lit up as well as the engine's nice. The 6 figs will be on a stand at the front. Jod having his light up lightsaber too, of course. Nice. Very nice indeed. And when are you going to order all the parts for this, Rosie? And what, I guess more interestingly, what colour are you building the ship? Because that's always a contentious question with you. And I'm the colourblind one. But yes, I think my plan was to do the opening scene of The Force Awakens. But yeah, I think there's not too many mocks of the X-Wing from that scene, although the black one is exactly the same. It needs a recolor. And there's some good mocks of those that I've seen, so I could potentially, but again, it's just like, I might just end up putting a bunch of base plates down for a load of rebrickable mocks. It's not like I'm not adverse doing, but I also yeah, don't know if I'd get the same kick. That's like okay for a video. Because you can give a lot more of the credit, and people see how you build it, so they will acknowledge that I didn't build a lot of it. or didn't design a lot of it, I guess is the word. But yeah, I don't know. So these are where these helmet sets really start to confuse me, because it's like spin, turn, like black, honestly. Yeah, same with the one I had at Brit Festival. To be fair, I only ordered the tablecloth this early as well, though, because I have a place for it in my office now. Fair enough. That blue's great. The cockpit lights, I haven't decided yet. I'm leaning towards purple, but probably will end up going with blue lights. I also don't know if this will be a Bricktastic 26 model or a Reading 26 model, as I haven't shown off my tower at Bricktastic yet. Fair. I think that comes down to Bricktastic. Just saying. The table. I mean, we definitely had problems with the tables being uneven. I guess it's not so bad because you're going. It would be. I don't know. Just have it low to the ground. And. But if it's low to the ground, then a kid's more likely to try and touch it. I don't think I can build colour and helmet next week. I think I need a break from tricky builds. I think I need to do something simple. I am getting the parts together to do a rebrickable modification to the Arc 170. So that will be a stream in the next few weeks. And there's also a really, really nice, very, very cheap Plo Koon Starfighter that I just saw got released. Oh, that doesn't go there. By Pixeldan. It's really, really sleek. And again, not very expensive. So I think that will be a stream in the next few weeks as well. So I might hold off on the Kylo Ren sets for a little bit longer before I build those. Alright, that piece is up in the air. So where do you even attach this? There's nothing. I actually don't see an attachment point. Hang on. So that's facing that way. Oh, that's why, because that's better. Is it? So that fits on there then. Very, very funky. I'm not even sure that that's right, because it's at quite an angle. Oh, because it clips in two places. I was going to say, that's also a very fragile connection. That's almost better. There we go. That's much better. Okay. I think just don't make 5 foot plus Lego towers as a lesson, honestly. Sensible. Or just engineer them properly. There's also that. Nice, okay. This should be a bit easier, a bit quicker. Don't make the same mistakes again. But yeah, so other than that, I'm not sure what mocks I would like to do for Bricktastic next year. Obviously, me and Sam are having a scheduled break from working together. He's promised Morak, which is exciting. So if he's doing Morak, then maybe I do something Mando themed. Yeah, I don't know. You just need to get good at making mocks, to be honest. Tommy Bricks, hey Brick Clicker, how you doing? Coming in with the smoke. Love that. Oh, apologies for my sniffly nose. Truth hurts, Rosie, right? Truth hurts. Yeah, I had like a whole host of, or a whole list of mocks that I wanted to do next. I just realised how long mocks take me. Honestly, I should just start Bricktastic 2027's mock. Let's just finish Bricktastic's mock from this year, actually. Do you reckon there's ever a world in which I just like release a mock completely unannounced? I don't think while I live here it's possible. Just because this is sleeping quarters for the rest of the family, as well as a Lego room. Hey Emily, how you doing? Or just actually putting bricks together, Rosie, to make the mock come alive. There you go. Also, Emily coming in with the smoke. Let's go. At least you don't start a build series then scrap after one episode like Rosie. I did do that once. But that is a very good point. I haven't done that recently. For a full-time YouTuber, he doesn't put out a lot of YouTube content. I will say that. Now, because I think part of the fun in it is talking about it, bouncing ideas off of people, and doing those build-up streams. For sure, that is definitely of like big projects, for sure. But there is also something like really exciting when Chris Productions, when I see him like drop a new mock, I'm like, oh, that's so sick. But yeah, I just don't. I think also with the amount that I stream, like I find it hard enough to find time to do Lego outside of when I'm streaming. So to then go and do a whole mock could be rather difficult. But that is true, like bouncing ideas off of people. I just get too excited about different things. and by the time I come to finish, well, I say come to finishing, like by the time we were displaying the pod race at Bricktastic, I was like, my head was already in like, oh, that mock that I want to do in 3 or 4 mocks time, after I've done this other mock that I've already like completely thought out and planned out in my head. The inability to stay focused and dedicate a decent amount of time to anything is yeah, not one of my strong points. How are you, Paige and Pete? We are doing great, thank you, Emily. And I think to be honest, the answer to that is just don't build something so big. And then yeah, and like build up to doing projects that are that big. But yeah, I got that with the tower, I feel. Yes, it's when you take on something so big and you're not used to working on like massive projects like that, I think that is probably the biggest pitfall is hang on a minute. Yeah, it's just getting like being over the mark by the time you get anywhere even close to finishing. UCS the one that's completely planned out is Town in Cave. Like there are many of those, Sam. UCS Sarlacc. That way. Oh, there's pieces missing again. Oh no, that one's on my last step. Those pieces are spare, that's fine. This is like quite a lot to do with only 2 bags left. But roll it. Good big or go home, I say with mocks. Great check out that famous mock builder. Oh, was I wrong doing my first mock school then? No, I think that's completely the sensible thing to do, Emily. Unless you want to pull your hair out. You still had some poor kid at Bricktastic. Yeah, the poor kid that was building that brickhead stand. Jeez. I did not expect to see a mock more ropey. Well, I guess to be fair, Rosie's mock didn't actually make it to Bricktastic, so. Also, anyone getting withdrawal symptoms because they haven't done a parts draft in a while? again, I have space. Well, yeah, Mustafa did, yeah, but like that wasn't what you meant to bring. The fact that you would ask for like a very specific table layout, and you're a massive diva about all of that, and then you just didn't bring they just didn't bring it. It was quite funny. I need to get in studio. Yeah, I need to. Honestly, the next thing I want to build out of my own, or I guess mostly my own, is my upscale minifigure. I will be doing more member streams of that in the next couple of weeks because I do want to finish that, because I do want that to be part of my next like year's worth of Brick Festival displays. And I realized like my display, I did one last year, I think, like from Reading, kind of was the first show that I kicked off my convention displays for the year. Yeah, I realized that my convention display for 2025 is probably going to be kicking off in June, maybe? Hi. Hiya. No, don't want to talk. Alright, no mind then. Catch you in a bit. Another 2 bags. Another half hour-ish. Bye-bye. Be aggressively closing the door on me there. Very nice. The guy who did the Brickheads one was my favourite at Bricktastic. Yeah, he would say that. Little Brickhead simp. I love the Brickheads mock at Bricktastic. Which Brickheads mock are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about the big upscaled one. That was... okay, that was pretty cool. The ropey Brickheads display, though. That's just the way of the Force. It was Mustafa substantially updated. Yeah, there is also that. There's also that. Yeah, that one by a big fan of Brickheads. Yeah, to be fair, the upscale thing was pretty sick. But yeah, the masonry brick display stands that were just on the side. Definitely a hazard. Couple of bags. Come on, Thomas. You got this. Apparently the guy got it from Rebrickable though, which I'm not a fan of. Yeah, just building Rebrickable box just show displays terrible behaviour. It's been over 5 minutes and she's already upset my daughter. Unbelievable. But that is a very good point, Sam. Mustafa was not substantially updated, so therefore it did not meet the criteria to be displayed at the show. Unbelievable. I really should I really be the police of of mocks at shows? Ah, you're both going to Bury, are you? Here you go, Topic Bricks meet and greet at Bury Brit Festival. Oh yeah, that's a point. Yeah, never mind, never mind. I'll see you later. Honestly, something that I really want to do is just build a clone base. I haven't done a clone base since I was like probably 13, 14. And I kind of want to do that. So don't be surprised if you see that this year. Of course you should be surprised if you see any more from me this year. Again, making a joke before anyone else does. Oh, I can't wait for those rickety tables to see that bottom come crashing down, Rosie. It's gonna happen. The more Brit festivals you apply to, the more chances you're gonna come across the rickety tables that I'm on about. You're playing with fire. Don't let him help you in Bricklicker. He'll ask for payment. He'll definitely want paying for his services. And he's not exactly the most customer service friendly person. Although he is a bit of a sleazy salesman, so maybe it might work out. Yeah, I'm apprehensive about the Tower at Brit Festival events. Yeah, also because you've got like very casual fans of Lego there that are more likely to be a lot more touchy-feely. So confused. That way. There we go. There we go. This is getting quite repetitive. Is that to be expected of a helmet? It probably should be, right? It'll scare people away. Yeah, but 4.9 on my store though. Why is it not 5 out of 5, huh? People go and review bombers, whatnot. 4.9. Ain't quite 5-star like some people there, is it? Exactly. Exactly. Slipping Rosie. That is also because you don't deal with people face to face. Tommy gave me a 1-star, still fuming to this day. I think I did as well. That's what I could do. I could start just buying all the like really cheap figures and giving terrible reviews. That could work. Giving you 1-star, that's funny. Surely Sam, surely you've given Rosie a 1-star review or whatnot, no? Can you review people without making a purchase? Asking for a friend. Guys, I need a favor from you all. Silence or whatnot using SW's link. Nah. Oh. Can you report them? You need to make a purchase to review, and I never received my £1,000 Hermione figure. Yeah, I knew you were searching for that Hermione figure for so long, Sam. So when Rosie was finally selling it, that was pretty bad. Can you still not get on there, Sam? Has Rosie still got you completely banned from whatnot? That's so funny, by the way. When you do put these sub-assemblies in, it is very satisfying when they click in and they're like nice and sturdy. Oh, stickers, not doing those today. Okay, we are just about to go on the last bag, which there still seems like there's a lot to do. Oops, where did that come from? Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh. This is like upside down somewhere, but can't be that integral, can it? Uh-oh. That's also different. Oh no, Thomas, what have you done? So that's in the wrong place. How easy is that going to be to take off? Relatively easy, he says. Although, does that give me access to wherever this goes? I don't think. Oh. Right in there. How the hell am I meant to get that in there? Take this bit out again. Okay. Gonna head out now to have my dinner. I'll talk to you a lot later. Bye, Rosie. Okay. That's back on there. That's now the right way round. I think. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. That goes there. Oh. That goes there. Oh, we've done it. Can't take the truth about a scam empire. Spare piece, fine. This bit's gonna click back in here, no problem. Just like that, lovely. Okay, back on track again. I think. Yeah. Cool. Half-hour promise to page. Yeah, I wasn't promise. I've been a lie. Well, wasn't intentionally a lie. There's still a big chunk of this that feels like it's missing. Oh. Oops. So Sam, are you definitely doing Morak for Bricktastic next year? Because I feel like you have promised it now, so it is going to happen, right? This feels like there's so much missing that it's going to be like that Ant-Man head. Not the foggiest, to be fair. Yeah, it feels like it's going to be that Ant-Man pencil holder one. Probably it's transformable than anything. How's your driving coming along? Or dare I not ask? Is your driving like my pod race cave? Okay, final balance. Okay, there's big pieces in it. That's a positive. Mate, they aren't tests until next year. So have you got one booked? Or because I hear like you can get cancellations, but don't you need a test to be able to move it to get the cancellation? I don't know. Oops. Oh, that's coming together quite nicely. Looks like Sam's going to be on the bingo bus with us then, Gaz, and we got to try fit Morak in. It literally says there's nothing I can book. Madness. Oops, didn't do that. That was looking quite nice. There we go. Oh, we're flying through it now, people. Absolutely flying. Morak doesn't flat back like the pod race does, though. Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's fair. It would be sick to see it finish though. I guess that could be like an Eastleigh Brit Festival job or something though. It's £70 to attend on Friday without displaying a mock now, which is crazy. I mean, it does go to charity, or at least is like in the running cost of. I think that's fair. Like, cause people do just want to hang out there. But if you aren't displaying and you're not volunteering your own time, I don't think you should be able to just get a free ride. Because all of those people, like, or if you're part of a collab but you're not, all those people are still entitled to all of the perks and benefits of displaying, so it kind of makes sense to charge if you're not going to provide something for the show. Yeah, but you know I am. But it doesn't matter because you had a display, although, well, to be fair, you could drastically improve the Brookhead stand. That wouldn't take much doing. I'll just buy a bunch of Republic Bricks mocks and display those. There'll be a ton. There's a bunch of collabs already being chatted about that you could take part in. The Hey Hey collab or KO's Dungeontastic. Yeah, this helmet definitely seems to have been. It feels like it's been the most hollow of any of the ones that we've built. Very, very different to past ones, I have to say. Oh god. So I was just complaining about all those little sub-assemblies. Trying to then put one by one pieces where it's like all this gradual shaping is less than ideal. That's my eyes, honestly. I believe he's already whacking out the "Do you know who I am?" Crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy. Okay, nice. Big fat piece on the front there. Oops. And another big fat piece up. Wait, is that right? Yeah. Oh, it's flying now, pretty cool. Absolutely flying. Although this is pretty typical. Empire logos on here. There we go. How do I get it to line up? Something like that. Something like that. So you've not eyed up any rubricables that you want to take for next year? And then Bricklicker. Okay, so this really is starting to just come together again. That's okay. The back of the head does seem like it's going to be quite flat, which is a bit of a worry, but Sam, do you reckon there's any world in which we do that clone base challenge, but do that at Bricktastic? For Bricktastic. I know I said I wanted to do it this year, but Tonti's off playing with Ladyboys in Thailand, so trying to get him to do anything could be tricky. Might build a football pitch with a big game going on. I mean, that would be pretty sick, you know. That would be pretty sick. You could have Rosie in the corner losing FPL. Because he will be by that time next season. I've got a spare of those, because that's... No, I don't have a spare of those. There's definitely 3 of those, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I've got 1, 2, 3 on there, 2 on there. Bottom of light bluish grey. Not got a spare one of those. Are we legit? Do we not have a 1x1 light bluish grey stud with a hole in it? Oh, hallelujah. Maker for the spare parts. It's gonna be sat on the desk somewhere. As soon as I'm done, there'll just be one. Well, there should be a spare one, so I don't know where that's. Yeah, I don't know where that's gone. Ah well, moving on. Where is it going? Oh. Yeah, all the parts you just think, surely they're not going to leave that looking like that. They just end up covering up very nicely. Just what Man United brew clicker. So you poor thing. Ever thought of jumping ship and supporting City? Last few pieces. I'm a Liverpool fan. That does ring a bell, actually. That does ring a bell. Although I guess it's an easy decision to make. Would you ever pick a Everton player for your fantasy team? Or is that forbidden? You're going to take the same stance that Rosie did and then throw it away a week into the season? I got that right. Nope. %, casual fans have got to play tactically to win. Fair. I need to take a leaf out of your book. Why have I spoke to a Liverpool fan? Beef. That's the way around. Okay. Oops. Oh no. That feels fragile. Okay. Last few pieces, people. We are nearly there. One of those on the back here. just like that. Oh, more stickers gone there, that's fine. Two of these. And a black bit on top by chance. Oh, no. Yeah, I still don't know where those black 1x1s went. Do they even exist on here? Oh, no. There's only one 1x1 missing then. Oh, that's probably to compensate for the for that grey one that I was missing. Right. This on the front. And just like that, we have an AT-AT driver pilot helmet. It is very good. It is very clean. And the back does end up bulking up quite a bit. Although it does look a little bit flat from like the side profile. But for the most part, I think this is pretty good. I still think I slightly prefer the TIE Fighter pilot. Like I said, I think you just get that that cleanness with it all being black, that it covers a lot of the gaps. Okay, that guys is gonna do it for the stream. Thank you all for hanging out. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, we can pop that next to Django on the table. I will be streaming on Thursday for members. It'll be another sort out stream, and then Saturday I'll be live at the storage unit again. Hopefully making a lot more progress over there. And until then, I will see you back next week. I think I'll be doing well. I might. It'll be either Kylo Ren shuttle, because I don't fancy doing another helmet straight away, I don't think. Or I will be maybe doing Plo Koon Starfighter or the ARC 170 modifications. But we shall see. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll see you all very soon. Goodbye.